Welcome back to the Ambitious AF podcast. This is Priscilla, your host, and this is episode 2 of season 5. Can you imagine had I not stopped recording in 2024? This would actually be season 6. Welcome to the Ambitious as Fuck podcast, where we have raw conversation about staying motivated and ambitious while facing real life challenges. Success doesn't just happen, you have to work hard, fall, and keep getting up regardless of the obstacles. If settling or giving up is not your style, stick around for this real ass conversation. Anyway, if you didn't catch the last episode, go check it out. I came back after a little bit over a year, so go catch up on that one. And I mentioned that I was going to bring up a book in this episode. When it comes to books, I usually have several books going at once, and I can't seem to finish like just one through, like I might pick up one and then I'll start another one, and then maybe I'll have a different one, and they might all have to do with depending on the mood that I'm in. I love reading or listening to the book, because sometimes I don't have time to sit there and read. Like while I'm driving, I like listening to the books. And then if I can, I will get the Kindle version and the Audible version, and they link together so then I can hear it and read it at the same, or it's being read to me while I'm reading it. So that one's pretty cool too. So there's like a million ways to read. So depending on what kind of reader you are, don't take for granted that there's all kinds of freaking ways to read a book. So don't make it an excuse. And one of the things that I want to mention in this is the fact that everything that we say when we're not doing something that we know we should do is an excuse. So let's get that straight right now. If you can't pick up a book or press play or whatever it is to read a book for just a couple minutes a day, but your ass is over here picking up your phone all the time to look at bullshit, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your life, and then you're sitting there complaining that nothing changes. So how about we do this instead? How about we change your mind? Change your mind. Change the thoughts that process through the computer of your brain. This book here is called Change Your Mind, and the author is RJ Spina. The book says, deprogram your subconscious mind, rewire the brain, and balance your energy. So there's finally science to prove that we can reprogram our brain. And so what happens to us is if we don't reprogram our brain, think about how we have to update our iOS, or like at some point we have to upgrade a computer because the old software that we were running on it is no longer functioning. That's the same for us. So if we've been running on some auto subconscious programming that we're not aware of, and we don't become aware of it, then we're just going to continue to be in that program. So you have to deprogram yourself, but you can't do it by yourself. You need help. You need help from people who've been there before. That's the same for anything that you're trying to accomplish. You're gonna learn it from someone who's done it before. How did we stop dying eating poison bait? Some motherfucker had to try that one first, right? And then everyone else said, don't eat that. So anyway, this is some real shit, okay? I'm not here to sugarcoat or bullshit nobody. Like, this is real talk. This is not anger. This is not me yelling at you. This is not me having opinions, because my opinion at the end of the day doesn't mean shit. What we all need to do is actually change so we could be better people, so we could be happier. And then guess what? If we're all happier, we start treating each other better, and this world becomes a better place. That is literally what happens if we start to heal, because now I'm at the point where I can actually not be pissed off that someone was honking at me and cursing at me in their car. It used to piss me off, but now it doesn't. So we have to work on ourselves to get to a point of happiness. And I give you the most basic examples that hopefully you guys can relate to. I'm not perfect, still working on shit, but hey, I'm gonna keep reading these things and learning from people who've been through it, been there, done that, and now can help others. So then I can continue to learn and help others as well. All right. If you are ready to change your life, then you have to start with your brain. So whatever you want to get your hands on, if it's not this particular book, any book, I don't give a shit. Don't just listen to one person either. Listen to everyone. Do you know how many fucking books I read about this shit? Back in the day, I didn't give a shit about meditation, but now I can tell you that meditation is actually the best thing that you can do, because shutting off the thoughts in your brain is exactly what we need to start healing from our fight or flight stage that we're always in. And most of us are in a fight or flight. When it comes to meditation and shutting off the thoughts in your brain, that's hopefully what you're trying to accomplish when you're meditating. So I think that's where it becomes a little bit intimidating for people, because you're like, I don't know how to do that. And so when you're sitting there trying to do that, it's hard. And so it's frustrating. And you're like, God damn it. And then you start getting distracted again, and then you come back. But learning to actually accomplish that quietness, just picture it this way. Picture, and I'll give you this because I live on a highway that's actually pretty busy, Ignacio Valley Road, if you guys are here in the area. I live right off of that street, and it's busy. It's a very busy street. So you constantly hear cars driving by. And once in a while, you get little periods of moments where no cars pass by. And that's when I can hear like all the birds and fucking the wind and stuff. And I appreciate those little quiet moments because it just seems so peaceful. That's exactly what happens to you in your brain when you take those moments, whether it's 5 seconds, 10 seconds. You can keep practicing and work your way up. You don't have to be so damn hard on yourself. But when you do that, you get that little peace. It's so peaceful. And then all of a sudden, all that tension in your body, all the strained muscles in your face, your scalp can literally, you know why you lose your hair? Because you're so damn stressed out that you're always tense and your scalp tightens up. Watch, do this. Pause this after I say this and just take a second to really focus on relaxing your scalp. Tell me what you feel. If you don't feel tingling sensation, then you didn't either, one of two things, either you haven't been able to focus on relaxing your scalp, or you're not even stressed out at all, because then that doesn't apply to you. That's the only way. But when I realized that, I was like, oh my God, we walk around in that fight or flight mode, even when we're not like fighting anyone. Truly, we're not. But you know how our brain and our body thinks we are? It's because as we have deadlines, right? So if we're at work, we have deadlines. People are waiting for us to do something, or there's a certain amount of work that we're supposed to get done. So you're in fight or flight mode because you're afraid that there's going to be a consequence if you don't meet that deadline, because those consequences affects things, right? So you are literally, if you're tense and that's all you're thinking about and you're worried and all these different things about that, then now you are in a fight or flight mode, and your body is the one that is preparing. And so this is now what's causing all the pains in our bodies and all the aches in our bodies and all the tightness and the losing of the hair and the fucking wrinkles. And I lost hella hair, you guys. I lost fucking half of my hair the last couple years, and now I could see all the baby hair fucking growing back because I finally got a hold of my stress. Stress will fucking kill you. At the end of the day, if you learn anything out of this, is to help yourself stop being stressed. You know what? I've been saying this for years, but it's finally kicking in, where I said, if it's not like nothing's burning, nobody's fucking dying, everything's fine. Calm down, Priscilla. I have to tell myself that because I get so... Another example, I get so fucking pissed off at work, right? My team did something or whatever, and I'm like, what did I do? Because I blame myself when my team fucks up, right? So then I get frustrated because I know that ultimately it's probably my fault and I need to do something to make it better, even though I keep thinking I'm making it better, but then sometimes it's not me. And so I have to be careful, right? Because our emotions get the best of us. But if we are in control of ourselves, we don't let our emotions get the best of us, and we actually can hear ourselves think through situations instead of just knee-jerk reactions, which I have been very guilty of for a very long time. Just fucking shoot from the hip. I still do it at times, but I've been catching myself when I'm about to, and I've actually put a fucking filter on it, and that's new. And I'll share more about that later. That it's like amazing to me sometimes. I'm like, oh, I would have usually said it that way, and I didn't do that, and I changed. And because I hear myself, as soon as I start saying something now, I'm like, let me change the direction I was about to go in and make this better. So all of this shit is like how we just become better people, a better society. And we need to stop fighting with each other about who's right and who's wrong. We're all right. We're literally all right, and we're literally all wrong. So like, just shut the fuck up. Go and grow and change. Be a better person. Be better for yourself. Love yourself. Remove yourself from the matrix of all the bullshit that causes you stress, pain, and anguish and unhappiness. Because the truth is, you can choose not to be unhappy. So go out there and fucking make new decisions. Go do scary shit. All the shit I do, a lot of it is scary, but I do it anyway. And it makes me better at the end of the day. So with this book, let's tell you what this book about. So deprogramming your subconscious, rewiring your brain, balancing your energy. He talks about getting a notebook to help yourself really dig down. So what we're doing here is you want to have a notebook or something to write down, to keep the same notebook. And then each time you're about to scroll on your phone or text or do something stupid that's a waste of time, then go write down what you're thinking and ask yourself questions to find out why you're actually doing it. So what is a real motivation behind anything that you're doing? Anything, just pick anything. Sounds simple, but try this. It's life-changing. So here's the example that he gives in the book. On the first morning of his exercise, he found himself brushing his hair. He stopped and asked, why am I brushing my hair? The answer, so it looks good. Why do I want it to look good? He questions. The answer, so other people find me attractive. And then he asks, why do I care about that? And then he says, because I tie my self-worth to other people's opinions. That's what he wrote. Boom, subconscious programming on autopilot. And then he says the second he realized it, he felt free. That's the kind of breakthrough. Like this is a great exercise because we all have patterns and automatic behaviors that we don't even question. Like we don't think twice. But when you dig into them, then you realize how much of your life is actually run by conditioning and not conscious choice. Listen to that again. Conditioning, not conscious choice. And that's how real healing happens, by breaking free of the mental programming that keeps us stuck. I actually shared this exercise with my daughter and she tried it. She said she uncovered something and she said, holy shit, I feel free. Because there was something that she didn't realize that was keeping her stuck, and she broke through to part of why. And once you know why something isn't working, then you can actually try to figure out how to fix it, right? So if you don't like something, then you can figure out why is it broken and then fix it. Even though the last few years, even just a few months ago, I was like so stressed out. But after doing a lot of this work, like this one actually helped me click a lot of things together. But I've been working on myself for a few years, and I'm not going to say that it's easy. And it's a continuous job, you guys. So if you think you know everything, you don't. And if you think you know everything, then that's the problem. Because when you think you know everything, then there's no room to learn anything else because you already know. And that's not true because it's impossible to know everything. So stop lying to yourself. Recharge, guys, recharge. The other day, I was driving. I was crying tears of joy because my perspective has changed so much. It was really early. I didn't want to go to work. Nobody ever wants to go to work, but I did want to go to work though. Let me explain what I mean by that. I didn't want to get up early and have to leave the house. That's what I didn't want to have to do. But once in a while I have to do it, and that's okay. That's all. But I was so happy to leave the house actually because I was excited. I just have this new perspective and I'm so happy that I don't have all this shit weighing me down anymore. It seems like everything is brighter, like the colors of the trees are brighter when I'm driving. I notice the clouds, I notice the colors of the sky, even the cars, even the color of the cars. I'm like, how come stuff didn't look like this before? But it's because I'm not being weighed down with like a million thoughts in my head that don't matter. And if you think that
filling your brain with noise instead of growing, and you can't even sleep without drowning your thoughts in distraction. If that's how you are, then you're robbing yourself of peace. Like, you don't have to do this. If you start questioning and you change your perspective and then change the thoughts in your mind, then you're gonna be free. You're gonna unlock freedom because you're no longer bogged down by all the bullshit. And to me, that's what being ambitious as fuck is really about. It's not about chasing external stuff. By all means, you can want external stuff, but it's not about that. It's not about hustling until you burn out. It's about refusing to settle. It's about refusing to give up on yourself. For me, being ambitious means that I don't fucking settle. If I'm not happy, then I fucking change things. And at the end of the day, I want peace. I want joy. And I'm going to keep choosing those things instead. And you guys can too. Happiness, peace, and freedom. Honestly, just fucking decide. Just decide and start doing. So let's keep learning and let's keep growing. And let's stay ambitious because the world's fucking falling apart. But let your internal world and your own bubble of a world be safe and be happy and peaceful for you. Sending you love. Mwah.